I've been trying to find a way to get a computer up and running for my channel. I started off with an Alienware. It didn't go that well. I switched over to an M3 Pro, and then I had a problem. Now, I'm not a tech reviewer, so don't expect me to get too geeky on the technical side of things. Yeah, so I don't really do tech reviews or anything, but I did want to share my. I said I wasn't. Okay. Can I continue? I went out, got the M3 Pro after a huge battle with the M16, the Alienware M16. That laptop, I just loved it so much. Since I was a kid, I always wanted to have the Alienware with the alien lights and the RGBs and everything. Just like it was a dream. My kids loved it. It was awesome. I just loved that laptop. But it had two main problems. One, no battery life. I mean, after 3 hours, maybe four, it just started to say that it needed to get plugged in. So it was a huge problem. I just could not. I needed to have more battery life. Mainly because I work a lot from my living room in the couch, where I'm basically taking care of my kids. The second problem with that laptop is actually Windows. So the laptop is amazing. The screen is beautiful. It's super powerful. It had the NVIDIA 4070, so it was amazingly fast. It was super noisy. I mean, fans kicking in like crazy just for a few timelines on DaVinci. But what it was fast. But Windows, man, this is not a video against Windows or in favor of Mac or whatever. That's a completely personal thing. My issues were that the laptop was having too many driver issues. So I bought the Alienware because it was a great price. It had amazing hardware, and it was, for me, in my head, half the price of what it would cost me to get a Mac. I've always been a Mac user, by the way. What ended up happening was that at one point the laptop kept on freezing, kept on hanging. You would open it up in the morning, and fans would like just go crazy, and you would not be able to do anything in the laptop. You would have to reboot it. I was rebooting maybe like 3, 4 times a day. I would just open up DaVinci and it would just crash. I would lose half my timeline at times. It got really frustrating. Formatting, reinstalling Windows. I did that, I think, twice. I installed drivers, I don't know how many times, 5 times might be on the lower end. And with Dell services, I got nowhere. So what I ended up doing was going back to Best Buy, and I just said, you know what, take it back, please. I need to get a Mac. So I got the M3 Pro. I just love the M3 Pro. It's beautiful. It's cool. It's cold. I mean, it is cool, but it's cold. The fans don't even have to kick in. I think the chip is so efficient that it never gets hot. So it's nice to have on your lap. Working in the living room, in the couch with my kids, I never have to worry about anything. It's just right there. The screen is amazing. What can I say? It's the M3 Pro, the MacBook Pro quality. Now, I did get the 18 gig version of RAM, but it did have 18 GPUs. So it was doing okay. I started off doing my editing. I was super happy. No problems at all. Right away, I had no worries at all for software. All the softwares just got installed and started working. No crashes, no driver issues, nothing. Everything just worked. But when I started to add more filters into the actual timeline, that's when I ran into the problems. Basically, what happened was my timeline started to get a bit more complex. Not super complex. Remember, I'm just starting here. I'm learning to edit a lot of things, but I'm learning. I'm at my starting point, and that means it's going to get more complex as we go on. I want my videos to look good. I want my videos to be smooth. I want them to be entertaining. So I do fun stuff. I add filters. I add things. I isolate voices so you can hear me better. I take away extra noise from bad recordings because I'm also learning how to use lighting and everything. By the way, I forgot to turn on the light right now. So the evolution of my editing process and the workflow is just starting to tax the M3 Pro. I do a few edits here and there, and it's just rendering and rendering and rendering. I just cannot do a playback. Sometimes I just can't see the change, and it's faster just to render out a video, a complete export to see the changes. So that's when I started to do a lot of digging and a lot of research. Stay at home dad had an amazing adventure with all the laptops that he had to go through and all his reviews. When you look at all the big YouTubers out there, they're using M1s and M2 Maxes. And even today, if you think about it, MKBHD, he uses an M1 Max. Any Apple Silicon today is amazing. So that's not in discussion. The M3 Pro is amazing, and that's not in discussion, but it's not enough for video editing at this level. Max Tech has many reviews of the same thing, and one of his recommendations was the same thing as what I ended up doing. He basically said, go for the M2 Max refurbished. That's what I did. So let me show you a little bit of what I'm talking about. I mean, these are just a few examples, a few recordings of changes that I did from a video past of a timeline. And you're going to be able to see. So the test is very simple. I'm using a color stabilization filter and I'm using a beauty filter. So, I'm setting them to the max on both laptops and we're going to see results. Okay, so right now I got the color and beauty just turned off. You can see lines are blue. Gonna make it play. The ones that I mostly use, I mean, I use both, but the ones that I mostly use is the conversation. Fluid, no problem at all. And this is it. Like a person. And you see, this is what I'm trying to do. Our M3 Pro. With the ideas. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna turn on stabilization and beauty. Not that I'm that vain, but this is one of the tests. The ones and boom. That I mostly use, I mean, I use both, but the ones that I mostly use, I can't see crap. Because I just prefer to talk to like a person and just explain what I'm trying to do. And I just go back. As you can see, it stays red right there. So it's still rendering. It's not doing anything. It's just stuck. So I don't really know. I can't see the differences. I can't see anything. I don't know what changes have been happening or anything. Now I just put play. Okay, it's playing, supposedly, but nothing's happening. So, there you go. Now it picked up. Nope, now it's not. See? It's stuck. Yeah, this is the M3 Pro. So you see it's stuck right now. Okay, let's switch over to the M2 Max now. Okay, so we're back at the same clip. I moved over now to the M2 Max, as you can see. And the color stabilization and beauty are turned off. And as you can see right there, lines are blue. That means it's already been rendered, right? So you can just press play. I mostly use, I mean, I use both, but the ones that I mostly use is the conversational because I just prefer to talk to like a completely fluid. And just explain what I'm trying to do. Now we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna activate these two. Same settings, it's the entire frame, right? And beauty is advanced, it's the ultra. Of course, I never use this as that, but it's the test, right? Okay, now you can see it's red, it's already rendering. The other one, and the M3 Pro wasn't even rendering. Okay, let's press play. The ones that I mostly use are conversational because I just okay, it's still choppy, but just explain what I'm trying to do. And I just I don't know where it is playing. But it is rendering a lot quicker. So I get back. The ones that I mean I mostly use are conversational because I just You see, it skips right away. It skips here the title, for example. And with the adjustment, it also skips as well. But it's starting to render. With the M3 Pro, it never rendered. It just stayed there for I don't know how long. In the end, in practice, in reality, what it did do is it did render. The M3 Pro did render, but it took at least, I don't know, I mean, I can't tell you exactly scientifically, but it took at least 3 to 5 minutes total for it to render complete. Sometimes even more. Well, there you go, guys. So as you can see, it's the M2 Max is definitely a step forward. I did a Cinebench just to test it out, and it was right underneath, almost just like about maybe 100 points underneath the M1 Ultra. So I mean, if you go for like a Mac Studio, a mini studio with an M2 Ultra, I think that would be something like really powerful that would crush this. I'm not sure if an M3 Max would crush this as easily. It might, but right now all I can say is the M2 Max with the budget I'm using, of course, is the one that's going to be staying here. And just so everybody knows, we're talking about a budget under $3,000. So both of these, the M3 Pro, my M3 Pro is $2,400 new. I got it under a good sale, so for me it was like $2,100, $2,200. And the M2 Max is refurbished right now, going for $2,900, I believe it is. But the upgrade for me, I think, is worth it because it's still rendering. By the way, it hasn't finished. I mean, it's been at least maybe 20 minutes, and it's still rendering. It hasn't finished. I'm just leaving it until it finishes. Because the thing is that even though it finishes rendering, it doesn't play. That's the funny part. So that's one of the things that I'm not sure I got through the recordings, but the M2 Max, when you're inside the timeline, you do all these changes and renderings with the filters. Yeah, it's super intense, but as you might have seen with many other people that have done this and showed a few exercises with the M3 Max, when you do a change, it does the render and then it plays smoothly through the timeline. The M2 Max has been playing smoothly through the timeline after the render. During the render, it chops up a little bit, but within 5 to 8 minutes, it knocked it out of the park. It finished it right away. Fans running and everything, but it did it. The M3 Pro, okay, it just finished now. And I don't know how long it's been. So I think it's clear for me. The M2 Max is the one that's going to be staying. And of course, I mean, with the channel, it's just growing right now. It's just starting, but it's going to get more and more. So I'm doing the investment now. Of course, it's going to be worth it to be future-proofing the computer for at least another couple of years. I hope this was useful for everybody. Like I said before, I'm not a tech reviewer or anything, but I'm just trying to share my experience. So other than the color and the fan noise and it being cooler, I don't think I'm going to be missing the M3 Pro that much, you know? M2 Max it is. Thank you. See you in the next one.